Wait.
Hello there, guys. And
Oh, there we go. It took a
fuck?
moment to press. I'm sorry. It was loading.
Oh my god. Well, hello there, guys. Tori.
I
uh,
pressed the button.
welcome
I
back.
pressed the record button, and then it took like 5 seconds to load before it started. It's not my fault.
Well,
You can't dish
anyways,
Tori in
welcome
this
back.
household.
And welcome back to the Grove. This week's topic is social media, and I'm Ace to
I'm
talk about
Tori.
it.
I was Gusto.
Oh no, what happened?
I don't know what happened. It's the beginning of the episode.
He
I
died.
Oh
lost
shit,
him.
it is.
I guess we're gonna have to go find a new co-host.
Yeah,
I'm mentally gone, guys. It's fine. I'm just mentally
It's Spidey
gone. Yeah.
Let's
Trail.
see. We got Loke, we got Spivey, we have Kai. Those are our options right now, guys.
Yeah. Those are the people that we've already.
Those are the people who I have
Anyway.
PNGs prepared for.
Yeah. Anyways. Anyways, this week's topic is social media, which is very, very fitting, considering recently, me and Augusto and now Tori have all decided to get Blue Sky accounts instead of using Twitter.
And I don't use Twitter normally.
I
think
just
the
make
only
fun of
time
people
I've
on
used
it.
it's so real. The only time I've used it was back in 2020. So fitting. And I just posted fan art. My biggest flex, it did get recognized by the person
Wow.
I drew.
Well,
Then I deleted the post because I wanted to take down my Twitter account. So I'm like, I hate Twitter.
That's fair.
that's so valid.
You know, everyone talks about how bad Reddit is, but Reddit is not that bad. Reddit, you can actually find useful information on. Twitter's just a hellscape.
That's how I found
Yeah.
Minecraft story mode download.
No, literally.
It lets me download games.
But yes,
So
social
there's
media.
not really a direction that we have to go with this. We could talk shit about social media. We could talk about how it's useful.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll talk shit about
What
social
direction you
media.
wanna go?
I'll talk shit.
That's fair.
There is one social media app I hate more than anything, and it's actually
Is it
not.
Tumblr?
No, it's not Tumblr, and it's not even Twitter. I mean, Twitter's bad, but there's one social media that I just hate. Always have,
TikTok?
always will. No, I like TikTok. It's Snapchat.
Okay. I'm just guessing.
I hate Snapchat.
Oh, I also hate
so
Snapchat.
much. I've had it. I've had it since middle school because everyone else had it. So I downloaded it. I used it constantly in middle school. And while using it constantly in middle school, I just realized how artificial the interactions are on Snapchat. Because typically, if you're messaging someone every day, you're messaging them every day for streaks. Or at least that's how it was in middle school. But you're not like actually having a conversation with them. You're just sending them a random photo with maybe the caption of streaks. And I hate how common Snapchat is for people my age because so many people I know will only message people through Snapchat. And it's like, I won't answer you on Snapchat. Just text me. I don't care.
Yeah, no. That's one thing for me. Like, people will be like, oh, I don't have all these. Like, okay. That's fair. We don't
have a phone number.
have it around everything. What's your phone number? Because if I add you on Instagram, Snapchat, anything that isn't Discord, the chances of me replying to you are next to none.
Yeah, because I don't check my social medias multiple times a day. It's usually like a one time a day thing, other than TikTok. That's when I scroll the
Mhm.
most, but I don't respond to people through
Mhm.
TikTok DMs. I don't.
Um,
Because
like
there's better ways to contact
I
me.
I absolutely hate Snapchat because it is also a thing of literally like yes, anyone because like Snapchat is the most predatory of all of the um social
Okay,
media
right.
apps
Oh yeah, the amount
because
of
of the way
inappropriate
it's set up.
photos I got sent through random ads
I've
in
gotten
middle
sent
school was
so many
insane.
I've gotten sent so many dicks.
Yep.
So many. And
And then I've
it's
had so many grown
and
men go, "How old are you?" I was like 13. They're like, "Oh,
no.
I'm 30. Is that okay?" No, the fuck, it's not
No,
okay. What?
like
You know, it's
Snapchat
also
for
30.
someone
30 years in
so
jail. Sorry.
Yep.
literally. Um it's also a thing of the way that Snapchat is set up. I don't know if this is true, but as far as I'm aware, it was kind of set up to be like a nude sending type of place.
I've heard
That's what
that.
I
I'm
heard at
not
one
sure if
and
it's
it makes
like
sense.
really that, but I have heard that.
Mm,
Because I mean, the messages
yeah, like
delete themselves unless you change the setting. They delete themselves
or you
within like a day, or yeah, if you click on it. Which is another reason I
if you click
hated
on it,
Snapchat because when I was using it in middle school, they didn't change it to really have like a feature where they wouldn't delete it. Because now you can change it in the settings of each chat if the messages will delete. But in middle school, that was not the thing. You could only save messages, but it would tell the other person that you saved a message. But for me, people would try and make plans through Snapchat, and then the messages would delete, and I would be like, I have no clue when our plans are. Like, why couldn't you have just texted me that so I
like
have that forever?
Snapchat is the worst one in my truly the worst one solely because of that fact because I I want to be able to look back on messages even if like it's like 2-3 years down the line I'm gonna look at our messages and be like oh my god we were such cringy kids we were so fucking cringy I want to be able to do that I want to be able to look at our old messages Augusto if I looked at our
Oh God.
messages when we started being friends we would both be like ew what the fuck because
We don't talk
we're different
about.
people.
But yeah, no, I hate Snapchat. If if at any point I ever get famous and there is a Tori Ira Snapchat, it's not me. I would never. I'm never getting a Snapchat for this. I have my personal
No,
Snapchat
yeah,
and
no.
I don't use it other than to just check the stories of my friends just to see what's going on with them. That's really,
Yeah.
actually, that's genuinely the only reason I use social media other than for content creation purposes. Is I really just use it to check in on my friends and family, see like what they're up to, if any major things have happened in their lives, you know?
Yeah. I don't even check that for that for me. Um honestly, I would probably say the very few like social medias that I use pretty consistently are TikTok, YouTube. Those are the main two. And then I'd say I like to say like I get on Reddit like once every other day because I for one specific reason. There is a comic. There's a person who makes comics of the Owl House, and I get on there specifically to read those.
You know, that
Uh,
sounds about right.
I get on Reddit anytime I have this like really obscure question for something because you will find it on Reddit.
Yes,
You will.
yes, or
Someone will have
like
the
yeah,
exact answer to whatever tech problem you're having on Reddit.
yeah, like if you have an issue or have a question, you can probably find a Reddit somewhere that and then post be like, hey, does anybody know how to do this or what this is? And somebody will get in the responses and be like, yeah, that's this, or you do this, this, this. to get this. It's like, why are
Reddit
so many geniuses on Reddit?
Reddit is truly a bit of an underrated social media. Like, yes, it has
Oh
its
yeah.
bad people, every social media does, but I don't get why so many
Mhm.
people hate Reddit so much. I haven't witnessed anything like terrible on Reddit. I've only witnessed like genuinely helpful or creative stuff on there. Like, for example,
It's a thing of,
short story writers, a lot of them do
yeah,
like stuff on Reddit to get their
yeah.
stories out there.
And like we've used Reddit
We
for
have, yeah.
podcast episodes. And so many people do, but also so many people shit on Reddit because it's like, oh yeah, it's Reddit. Like Reddit is bad. Reddit is horrible. But but those are the same people that praise Snapchat.
Um,
I'm gonna be completely honest. Those are the same people who praise Snapchat, praise Twitter. Like, why would you shit on one and then praise these shittier options?
Also, I do love TikTok. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I
TikTok
don't
is
hate that social
probably
media because genuinely I get a lot of like, I won't say like my news from it, but I get a lot of updates about what's going on from it. Because
yeah.
I don't
Like
have
with
like cable or anything, and I'm not paying for like
yeah,
any
neither do
news
I.
streaming services, so I don't watch the news.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying, oh, I believe
Yeah.
every single thing I see on TikTok. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
if like I get news of the weather disasters that were happening through Reddit, not
Yeah.
Reddit, through TikTok. You
Yeah.
know,
Like the thing, I only believe something if I've seen like 5 or 10 videos of it
and
about
usually
it.
I go and
That is
search
some
stuff
when
up
I'm like,
afterwards.
yeah, like I only really am like, yeah, I believe this. If I after like 5 videos of 5 different people, completely different, like there is very little possibility that these people are connected or saw each other's videos.
Um,
Because but with Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton, if it weren't for people being like, yeah, Asheville got fucking wiped out, I would not know that if it weren't for TikTok.
Yeah,
but
and
yeah.
even I'll say, because local news did not reach it fast enough either
No,
about
sometimes
Asheville.
local like news takes forever. It's like, wow, it's been a while. How come this hasn't been talked about yet? TikTok will talk
Yeah.
about it. They're not afraid.
Yeah.
um, I mean, I was part of TikTok before it was called TikTok. I was there when it was called Musically.
I I was briefly there for Musically. Wasn't really active on it.
I wasn't because I wasn't given
I
a phone
became
yet.
active when it was but TikTok is my number one. Um
It's
YouTube,
definitely
well,
my
TikTok and
most
YouTube,
used.
yeah. TikTok and YouTube are tied for me just because obviously all the long form content that I like to watch is on YouTube and all of the short form content that I like to watch is on TikTok. So those are kind of even cuz I'm not if I'm on TikTok, I'm not going to sit and watch like a 10-minute video. Love the creators, love it when people try to do it. If I'm on TikTok, I'm not trying to watch a 20-minute, a
Like,
10, 20
yeah,
minute, 30
to
minute video.
me, TikTok started out as a 6-second video app. And they just keep
Yes.
making it so that they can be longer and longer. And it's like, no, you should stick to short form content. Like,
Yeah.
that should be
Like
your thing, not trying to
minute,
do
minute
what
and a half,
YouTube does.
minute and a half long videos are perfect. Anything past that, I tend to start being like, I really just don't want to watch this because if I'm on TikTok, I'm on TikTok for the short form content for like quick dopamine.
Yeah,
And I'm just gonna keep scrolling.
it's like I scroll TikTok when I only have like a couple of minutes before I have to do something, so I only watch some short stuff. If I have time, then that's when I go onto YouTube and I watch like a 20-minute
Yeah.
video, you know? It's different. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I have 5 minutes to scroll. What am I gonna scroll through? Not YouTube, clearly, TikTok.
Yeah, and what I don't get is how so many other social medias, like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, like Facebook, yeah, they had the shorter videos. They had it for a while, but Facebook is a lot more older generations.
Yeah,
A lot more of older generations, so it's their form of TikTok, I guess.
it is.
But anyone younger is never going to use that. But mainly Instagram and YouTube, I feel like they really dropped the ball, even trying to like be like TikTok with anything, because Reels, I don't really use it, but I know that there's some people there. Instagram did a better job than YouTube.
Oh, yeah, I hate that they both added like their Reels type feature. I hate it. Shorts and Reels, because it's like, just stick to the content that you are known for. You're known for
Yeah,
long form content. Don't try and copy a social media that's already doing it better than you.
as well as Instagram is known for its pictures and all of that stuff. Because on TikTok, you're not really going to share pictures that much. On YouTube, you're not really going to share pictures that much. Instagram, if you want to share pictures, you're going to go there. And sometimes you'll go to Twitter. Twitter's a dumpster fire.
Twitter's Twitter, and yes, it's Twitter. I refuse to
I
acknowledge
never
it
call
by
it
that
that.
name, that other name, because it's a stupid name. Twitter, at least Twitter was like a kind of cute name. It didn't sound
Oh.
stupid. It wasn't a single letter.
Yeah, I'm never
I still
going.
associate
I'm
it
never
with
going.
that cute little blue bird.
Literally, yeah, no. I've had the one thing that I do is, and I've been meaning to do this again for a while because I've got a lot more apps up. I've got more apps on my phone. I need to reorganize my phone. Um, I have
I
We
have.
lost him.
Yep.
Oh, I think
Hi.
we really lost him. Damn. Well, guys, we are hiring a new co-host. Requirements is you have to do the intros, and you have to do the outros, and you have to do the editing. Put your job applications. Oh, never mind. We're not hiring a new co-host anymore.
Oh my god. Were you gonna replace me?
I mean, I didn't tell them to put their job applications in the comments. Definitely not.
I don't believe you. Anyway, but on my phone, Twitter is Twitter. It's never changing because if I change it to X, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is that?
It's so dumb. It was the dumbest rebranding ever because no one liked it.
Literally,
Everyone just made fun of
no one.
it. It's like that's when you listen
Yeah,
to the people and you change it back to Twitter and you bring the bird back.
yeah,
People
yeah.
liked the
Because
bird.
what I don't, what I don't get is like, man, this is people buying like companies or fucking uber rich people, Elon Musk or other billionaires or millionaires buying a social media, a product, something,
Just to
and
ruin it.
then just to not even just to ruin it, but just to like take it from this uber successful thing because Twitter was like pretty good. Everybody used it, everybody liked it, and then goes and is like, okay, I don't like the way that this is, So
They
I'm
make
gonna make it
fun
so
of
that
me on that
I
app,
like
so
it.
I'm gonna ban every word that they make fun of me with.
Yeah, like you're
Sorry,
making money off of
we
it. Why
went
are
on the
you
Elon
using
Musk
it?
rant a while back. I remember that, but
Like, why do you give a shit about what people are saying about you online?
why do you give a shit
You're
what a
uber
bunch of
fucking rich.
teenagers are saying about you?
Literally, because that's who's using the
That's
app.
most of the demographic of Twitter is they're typically younger people. They're not like, not that many boomers were using Twitter. There has been an increase
Yeah,
of boomers on Twitter since. I wonder why.
yeah,
Uh, sure wonder.
yeah.
Now that it just became a
I
political campaign for a certain candidate.
Yes. And we're not gonna get into that right now.
Uh-uh.
Um,
But it is true.
yeah. Um,
he,
it's
he
just
did buy
like,
it, and now he just makes it his.
yeah, he's just like, I'm upset that these people are making fun of me. I'm gonna go and make sure that they can't make fun of me anymore. Shut the fuck up, man.
People don't like the politics I'm pushing, so I'm just gonna make it so that they have to see the politics I'm pushing at all times.
Yeah, and it,
And the stupid block
God,
feature thing now. Like,
yeah,
you can
dude,
block
I would,
people, but they can still see your posts if you put them as public posts, which, like,
yeah,
that's so
and
dumb.
that is, first of all, that is a very dangerous thing
Yes, what if you have a stalker?
because,
What if you have a stalker, you block your
yes,
stalker, and then you're posting
mhm,
public photos, but you post those public photos thinking, "Hey, they're blocked. They won't be able to see it anyways. It's fine. It's only one person." But if you post a public photo now, the people you blocked can still see it on there, which is the
yeah,
stupidest decision ever.
is
Did you
yes. If
think you
I
did that
block
because you
someone,
got blocked?
What?
probably. I can see that the reason why is because he got blocked by someone. He was like, I'm upset. Also, like, one thing I that has kind of come from social media is not fully cancel culture,
The
but
extreme
the
version of it, though.
extreme version of it. Yes, cancel culture is great, but the extreme version of, oh, this person said a bad thing 10 years ago. Let's
It's
cancel
like,
them.
oh, they said this when they were 12. They're a terrible human being. It's like, that was 10 years ago. They were 12. They are 22
They
now.
were
They have not said it
yeah,
since. They have
yeah,
apologized
like
for it and said, hey, I'm
yeah,
so
which they
sorry.
shouldn't
I was
even
12. I
at this
didn't know
point.
better. I know better
Yeah,
now. And you're still gonna,
yeah, which
like,
at that
cancel
point,
them?
like if it's been 10 years and this person is not doing anything that remotely is similar to that, they shouldn't even be brought up because it's a thing of, why are you giving a shit if this person was a bad person 10 fucking years ago? Like,
And it's like,
I
oftentimes they're
I
pulling these screenshots from when someone was a child. And, like, just
yeah,
because a child says something like that does not mean they are a bad person. It means they are a kid who
yes,
needs to learn better. You don't know what
yes,
influences that kid has in their life at the time. Like,
and
and if they learned and they, like, have improved themselves and have not repeated those actions, those words since, like, there's no
mhm,
reason. There isn't.
yeah, and also with cancel culture, it's also a very dangerous game of, you don't know exactly what's going on in that person's life right now too. Like, yeah, like if this person has it, like, we're gonna go with like Wilbur Sut. If they did this bullshit that Wilbur Soot fucking did, go cancel him. Go fucking do that shit. I don't give two shits about him. He's a horrible human fucking being. He should not be abusing people. But if it's somebody who it does one bad thing in a video that they just posted, and they are like, oh fuck, and they get a lot of backlash for it. And obviously, if they get backlash for a video they post and they don't do anything about it, then that's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. But if they get backlash and then do something about it, and then you still decide to go after them and try to make their life a living hell for the one post that they did, that they now have unposted and are making anything like that content and apologized for it. What the fuck are you doing? You have no life, and I also have no life, and I know better than you. What the fuck?
Oh, not the self call out.
Listen,
I'm not canceling people
at least
over
you
a
acknowledge
fucking
it.
song. Yes, I acknowledge it.
Here's another thing about a social
one-
media I hate, though.
Mhm.
There's one specific social media, one that I actually like, that has one thing that I absolutely despise, and it's TikTok. And I hate the TikTok shop, and I hate how
No.
constantly I'm seeing these TikTokers promoting products, but they're being paid or they were sent that product for free. And it's
Yeah.
so obnoxious because it's like, it's not, no, like, come on, because I can't scroll four videos on TikTok before finding one.
I hate how
hate it
true
so
that
much.
is.
Exactly.
So there's one TikToker. There is one TikToker that they're the only exception to me hating people who are posting TikTok shop stuff. And it is because this person has a series, a good product, bad product, and product. Like series. Like there's multiple like playlists of, and he honestly reviews the products, and I don't think he gets them for free. He buys them with his own money and then tests them out and then gives an honest review. Like if a product's shit, he's not going to tell you, "Oh, this is the greatest product ever. You need this to live. You need this in your life." No, he's going to tell you straight up like, "Yeah, no, this is a shit product."
And the thing is, so either the creator gets it for free or they buy it, but they earn commission from any time someone buys it from their video. So, of course
Yes.
they're going to talk good about it. They're going to hype it up because they want the money. And it's like, okay, so you just had someone spend $30 on this thing that doesn't even work, is not worth it, is a piece of junk. $30 can be a lot for some people. Like, I don't like spending $30. I don't like spending money like that. I don't. But it's like, it's so, ugh, it's terrible. And now they added like creator may earn commission from this product or something to the bottom of those videos, and every time I see a video with that at the bottom, I scroll straight past it.
'Cause it's-
Literally.
Like what infuriates me the most is when it's a video that doesn't seem like it's an ad, but it is an ad, and then as soon as you realize it, you've watched 90% of the videos and you're like, what the fuck?
Ready? Okay,
I
so I've pulled out
I
my
don't want
phone.
to be fucking sold anything.
I've pulled out my phone. I am opening TikTok, and
Yeah,
I
you
will
do.
tell you
Hold on, let me
how
look.
long it takes for me to get one of those videos.
I'll do it too.
Let's see.
Oh. Okay, we got one sponsored video.
I think
Oh,
I've curated
found
my
one.
account with stuff.
Found one. It is
No, but I
a
just found
sour
the Latino
candy.
videos that call me.
I need to
Sour
after this. I'm
candy.
gonna have to scroll all the way back up, and then
All right, and now
And
let's see
then-
how long it is until I find another one. I did just find one. That's a sponsored one. That doesn't count. Sponsorships are different. Another
like
sponsored
if you have
video.
a sponsorship. Okay, I actually haven't found any.
Another sponsored
like,
video.
Same here.
Found
I
another.
think I've gotten. I think I've started scrolling fast enough past.
Ow.
This is-
I just got stabbed.
Oh, it's Lucy Chen.
I found another. And literally half the time they're responding to like a comment of like, that product's so useless. And they're like, but
Yes.
no, you see, it's not useless.
Yeah.
It might do the exact same
Like,
thing a broom does, but it does it differently.
yeah. Like
It's
I've
like,
seen.
what?
Like there's this one specific person on TikTok, and like I 100% understand having a business account and stuff, but it's also a thing of if you are doing like a if you're doing videos, you might want to do something that would actually garner people's attention rather than immediately then replying to a comment and going like $30 for this gum. Oh my, like that's a legit TikToker that I've seen. Like I've seen their stuff so many times and it's so fucking annoying. $30 for the gum. I could get a pack of 20 for like $2 at the store.
Oh
Yada
my
yada.
god. And
Yeah,
then these
yeah,
videos
yes, we
always
all
say,
can.
the videos
Fuck
always
up.
say, this product's only $7. It's only $7 for the creators. The creators have a
Yeah,
discount that the average TikTok viewer does not. It is not only $7. It's actually 15. It's double the price. Like, come on now.
yeah.
You only got it for $7
The
because you're promoting the product.
yeah. The only time that I am at least somewhat okay with the incessant ads is whenever it's a TikTok that's telling people about a discount on a product and they're like, you do not need this. If you want this, it is discounted.
Yeah, and I think
Like there's one person. mm,
I think recently
there's
it's been
mhm.
we both stopped because we were gonna let the other one go and then we
Yeah,
oops. But recent TikTok, especially with the TikTok shop, has just pushed so much more into consumerism and
mm,
just overconsumption, and it's kind of ridiculous because it's like you don't need that. It's like you don't need something that does the exact same thing as a broom if you have a broom. Like, come on. You don't need another mop if you have a mop. You don't need this one. It's not any better. It does the same exact job. You don't need a new one.
one TikToker who I see pretty consistently, and they are usually promoting the territorial deck. Um, and it's something I'm a little bit interested in. I want to eventually try tarot and stuff, but most of the time, whenever they post something about it, it is usually around when a sale is going on because they want people to know that there's a sale and to be able to buy it at a discounted price. And but besides that, TikTok is for the most part pretty fine.
Yeah, other
The
than the
the
amount
TikTok
of
shop is really the only
sponsored and
TikTok that
commission
I have.
things, yup. And I wouldn't even hate TikTok Shop. I wouldn't, because it wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be the first social media to have a shop feature. Facebook has one, Instagram has one. Like, they both have a shop feature. But I think they do
But
it
it is also
better
shoved down your
than
throat.
TikTok has.
Yeah, TikTok kind of just shoves it down your throat,
Yeah, TikTok
and I don't.
crossed that
And the rest
line
of
where
them don't
you're not
really.
searching it out, it's being forced into your vision. Like, you're not looking for
Yes.
it, but it's forcing it down your throat. Which, like, come on.
Yes.
It's like, were you gonna buy that
Yeah.
had it not showed you that product 50 times in the same day? Probably not.
No. No, because like, it's like I'm just if I'm on TikTok, I'm most of the time not. Most of the time, if I'm on a social media app, I'm not looking at anything to buy. Usually, the very if I'm looking on like an app to go and buy something, it'll usually be Facebook Marketplace because that's usually where people are just selling used stuff and
Yeah,
not
you can normally get
so
decent deals
it's a
on
lot of
it.
yeah. Or I'm looking on Etsy because I like handmade things and also supporting smaller businesses.
Only
Exactly.
And
downside
it's
to
a thing
Etsy,
of
there's a lot of drop shippers now.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
whole different problem, and it's not even a social media thing. Hate those people.
Yeah, we can get in onto that in another episode.
But yeah, I think TikTok really crossed the line with TikTok Shop. Um,
Yeah,
like the stupid
'cause
pickle kits. Have you seen the pickle kits? They're not as popular now. But it was
I think I saw it briefly.
the dumbest thing ever because it's just a pickle soaked in like I think it's usually like chamoy or something, Tahin, one of those two. It's a pickle soaked in that, and then it gives you a bunch of toppings to put on a pickle. And it's like it gives you a fruit roll up, it gives you Takis, it gives you
This is the first
gushers.
time I'm hearing it.
And I'm gonna be honest, all of those things sound disgusting on a pickle in the first place.
I don't like pickles to begin with. I hate the smell of them.
Um, but like if you truly wanted that, you could just go and buy the stuff yourself instead of buying a one-time kit just because a TikToker made it. And the TikToker made it and was like, "Wow, this is so good," but they never have it ever again because it wasn't actually good. And also, come on. Come on. It's a pickle kit. It's a pickle. You don't need it. If you wanted a
I'm
pickle,
gonna
you
be
could have
completely
gone and
honest.
bought a pickle.
Yeah, if when you first said this, I thought you were talking about like an actual like kit to pickle things.
Yeah, that would be more useful.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking at first, but no, I've never seen that, and that's so stupid. Like, what?
Like,
But
come on. It was such a dumb
Facebook,
product.
Facebook is probably. I'm trying to think of how I would rank all the social media apps because
Twitter's at the bottom.
um,
Oh, no, wait.
Twitter's
Snapchat's at the bottom.
or,
No,
yeah,
Snapchat.
Snapchat's at the bottom. Snapchat's way at the bottom because I have never used that outside of like a school event.
Hmm.
Just because I don't get on Snapchat. Like I'll open it sometimes to like check how people are doing, like you said you do, but like aside from that, I never use it. It's like just taking up space on my phone. And then I'm trying to look at all this.
If I could delete it,
And
I could.
then yeah. And then I'd say that I'm trying to think. It's Snapchat, and then I'd say that Facebook and Reddit are about the same for me. Like Twitter's just below. Like it's Snapchat, Twitter, and then Facebook and Reddit are kind of tied because I don't really go on them, and but they both have useful features. Like with what I said with Facebook,
You
the
get
Facebook
used
Marketplace is
furniture.
really nice.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
get
you can get
furniture
used
that's
furniture.
usually like gently used. It's never like terrible conditioning stuff. Um, but you could get it for significantly cheaper.
And
Actually, my
then
family literally like just bought a car off of Facebook Marketplace for like
yeah,
less than a
like
thousand dollars. A used
yeah,
car, and it's like an older car, yes, but it's a perfectly functional car. You could not
yeah.
find it that cheap outside of there, I'll tell you that.
And then like with Reddit, you can get a lot of good information. You can get stuff from it, so they're about even. Um, Instagram, it's okay.
I don't
It's not
hate it.
great. I don't hate it. I don't use it, but it's also not that bad of an app, in my opinion.
It's just not my type of app, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, I have no
Yeah,
urge to post on it because I feel like Instagram, there's this kind of expectation to post like aesthetic
Yep,
daily.
there
stuff.
is.
Yeah,
Like,
aesthetic stuff and daily.
yeah, like, oh my God, I hate daily Instagram posting. And honestly, every time I check Instagram, I just get a bit sad because I see like all of the people I went to like high school with, and they're all like vacationing out of the country for the third time this year, and I have not left the
Yeah.
country since I was 18.
Yeah. And then I'd say Pinterest and Twitter, not Twitter, Twitch are about the same because like Pinterest, because I use Pinterest a lot. I look at videos on there, like if I'm just like silently, like it's and stuff. Like it's a good thing to look at for pictures, for references, for art ideas. But it's also very good at looking for me whenever I'm in a call with someone and I'm like I need to like watch something so I'm like not getting distracted. um I usually open up Pinterest and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to a certain tab, and it's usually recipes because I like to look at cake decorating or just really satisfying things, satisfying videos, and I watch them on there. But it's so then, and with Pinterest, it's automatically silent. If you don't actively try to turn on the sounds, it's silent, which I love. Twitch, I don't use it that much, but also we're streamers. Outside of streaming
Yeah.
and stuff, I don't use it that much. Like I'll like there's one or two content creators that I'll watch outside of my friends and stuff, obviously. So it's in Twitch is a pretty decent social media. It's it's not the best, but it's not nowhere near the worst. Um it's pretty good. I'd say like it's the best one for streaming, not content creation in general, just specifically streaming, because you can't really do other content on it. It's really just a streaming platform.
Yeah.
But it's also, and they've focused so much on that thing that they've kind of perfected it. And it's not perfect, obviously, but it's getting there. They're getting better with it. It's getting okay. It's pretty good. It's the best one out there
They're pretty
because
good about
they don't,
listening to their members too.
yeah. And you can pretty quickly get affiliate on it as long as you are streaming pretty consistently. Most of the time, you can get it decently quick as long as you don't
Yeah,
ignore
like
it.
I'd say the
Like yourself.
requirements to get affiliate on Twitch are much more easily achievable than that to get stuff on like YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a much higher
Yeah,
threshold and it's a lot harder to get.
yeah, and you can get, so you can start making money faster on Twitch. And I just really like it just because of that stuff. And then YouTube is a YouTube and TikTok are even for me. Honestly, I'd probably say that Pinterest is alone in that second place spot, and then TikTok, Twitter, not Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. I'm looking at my phone to like look at the names and
I
stuff.
am making a list of my I'm making a little tier list of social medias, my own list.
Yeah, I'd say that Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok are all around the same level, and all in my first spot, and that's solely because they are specific. They are, first of all, they all have their own little niches, and they all have pretty well perfected those niches. Um, Twitter, not Twitter. I keep saying Twitter because I keep looking at my phone, and Twitter is right above Twitch on my phone, and I hate it. Twitch has perfected the streaming. YouTube has perfected the long form content that is edited content. The non-live long form. TikTok is like is the short form content. They've all kind of perfected their own little things, and it kind of all melds into the first place spot for me because it doesn't feel like they're really bad at any aspect of those specific things.
I've got a list.
Okay.
All right, starting at the very bottom place, we got Snapchat.
Mhm.
No explanation needed.
Yeah,
Uh,
very.
10, we have Twitter. Not a fan of it. Never have been. Whatever. It's still not the worst though. Snapchat's
Hmm.
worse.
Yeah.
9, we have Pinterest. Nothing wrong with
Oh,
Pinterest. I just don't personally use it. It's just
that's
it's not my type of social media. I've never gotten the hang of it. Never found myself scrolling it. Literally, I think I've only used it for trying to figure out what type of nails I was gonna have for my prom, and it's just because I don't get my nails done, so I just needed to check to see like, oh, cool, that works. Um, or like a hairstyle for prom, just because I don't know much about those things. That's the only time I've ever used it. But I remember being forced to use Pinterest in it was like an art class or something. They were like, you gotta go on Pinterest and make a board, and you're gonna get graded on the fact that you made this board. And I'm like, that's stupid. I don't want to do that. Like, I'm not gonna use those references even if I make a board. I just don't want to. Uh, Eighth place, we have Facebook. Eh, it's just an older population uh, that I don't
yeah.
really get on with, but it has its usefulness.
Yeah.
Uh, Seventh place is Reddit. I don't know how to count apparently, and well, actually, technically eighth place was actually seventh because I messed up my count, but it doesn't matter. Next we have Reddit. I'm going from worst to best. Reddit. Once again, do I use it all the time? No. Is it useful? Yes. I'll always find something I need there. And it's a good
Mm.
creative space. Tumblr is not on this list because I've never used Tumblr. I would probably stick it in with, I don't know, probably Pinterest right now because it's not one I use.
Yeah.
Probably nothing wrong with
I didn't
it,
even
but
think about Tumblr. Like, yeah, I don't use Tumblr, so
never have.
it probably lower for me as well because I think I've used it once and then I haven't touched it
I
since.
think I just don't like the format of it, the way I've seen like the format of it. Is
Mm-hmm.
not my favorite. Then we have Instagram. Once again, nothing wrong with it. I just don't really use it. Uh,
Yeah.
then we have Twitch. I kind of had to put it that high because, yeah, I am literally affiliated with them, but uh, I just don't actually like watching live streams at all. So
Yeah.
I only watch them as VODs. Oops. Anyways, then we have Discord. That's one that I think you forgot technically counts as a social media.
Oh yeah.
I
I
I I
I just
like
never
Discord.
remember about it.
It's fine.
Yeah, Discord is pretty high for me
I use it the
because it
most. It's one of the ones I use the
yeah,
most.
yeah.
Uh, so
I'd
it's
probably say that I use Discord more than I use any other app on my
yeah.
own.
I use it to keep in touch with friends. I'm in a couple servers. So that one's
Yeah,
third
we're
on my
we're currently
list.
using Discord right now for
We are
podcasts,
literally using it
so
right now. So, um, then, and I like how there's very few features that are actually paywalled on Discord. Like, the features that are
yeah.
paywalled on Discord are nothing that you need. The only annoying
Yeah.
one is the upload limit for like photos, like videos, and sometimes
Yeah.
photos. That's the only annoying part, but it's not that hard for me to go ahead and just compress a video and then send it. I've done it a million
Yeah.
times. Or I just send them a link to like a Google Drive of that video, whatever.
Yeah.
Then second place, TikTok. I like it fine. It has its problems. That's why it's second. First place, YouTube. It was the first social media I like ever actually used because I would watch YouTube videos when I was younger. I like the long form content, good memories. It's only first place if I use an ad block with it though, because I will say sometimes the ads on YouTube are just ridiculous, and it's like, wow, I could be watching cable TV right now. Wow. Especially on TV. I don't know if you guys have ever used YouTube for the TV, but the ads on there are so much worse. It's so many more ads, so many more like unskippable ads, and you can't even usually get like an ad block on it because, it's hard to put an ad block on a TV unless you like jailbreak the TV, which I have not. But yeah. So, YouTube's first. Do you
Oh
have a
yeah.
ranking, Augusto?
Huh?
Yeah, hey
We'll take that as
listeners,
a
in
no.
case you were wondering, Augusto has a migraine, so please,
Yeah.
Not the
he's doing
headache,
his
guys.
best.
He's just vibing, he's listening, he's participating a little bit, but
He showed up.
he yeah, he showed up. um yeah, for the most part, yeah, like Discord would probably be I don't really have a concrete list. All I really know is that like YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Discord are all pretty far up there. YouTube, not YouTube. Uh, Snapchat, absolute fucking worst. Twitter, right behind it, and
Honestly, they
then
could be on the same level for me. I just
yeah,
hate Snapchat for my own reasons, so.
and then obviously like all the others are kind of just somewhere in the middle. Pinterest I use a lot just solely because I like drawing sometimes. And that's where I find all of the art references for poses. Um, because it's a really good place to find references.
You
Uh,
see, I'm a heathen and I just use Google Images for art reference, like pose reference. Or
oh
I
my
use my
god.
own body, which has its own problems because my body isn't the most normal. It does funny things.
I forgot what the website is called, but there's a website to look at poses.
Mm.
Yeah.
Usually I just reference my own.
Yeah.
That has its own problems because I hyperextend multiple parts of my body. So most people do not. It doesn't look the way it does.
Mhm.
It's like, your arm is not supposed to be that straight because my arm is past straight actually when I straighten my arm. So funny.
I one thing I don't so one thing that annoys me with social medias is it's not even like specific social medias this annoys me with, but so it's when this is specifically like certain parts of the communities and all that stuff, and this is like me complaining about a little bit of like like a very small section of the neurodivergent community, and it is those who are like, you cannot self-diagnose. Self-diagnosing is not valid. Those people are the most annoying to me, and they only ever say it because they're like, oh, you're just trying to get attention online, you're just trying to get attention, you're trying to do this for attention, yada yada yada. um and it's almost like even like a mini version of cancel culture. I don't fully know if that's like a good comparison or not, but that's what it feels like a little bit, because it's
I think
like,
it's also kind of some weird form of elitism
yes, that
because
really,
first of all, people have different symptoms for different things. Not
yes,
everyone is going to experience something the exact same way. For example,
yes,
those who are assigned female at birth have very different symptoms for many different things. You even,
mhm,
like, those who are AFAB have different symptoms for a heart attack than a male
yes,
does. Um, but, like,
literally,
autism was undiagnosed in girls for so long because their symptoms are
yes,
often different. Often it is because of the way you are raised, AFAB.
yes,
That causes it to be different. I know masking is a big part
yes,
of AFAB people with autism. They were
yes,
taught to mask so much more than
hmm
AMAB people were.
yes, because in society, no matter if like AFAB, like I'm just gonna refer to anyone that was raised AFAB as girls for this very moment, just because when you were younger, you were assigned female at birth, and all of that. This is not against any trans people. I am AFAB myself. I am transmasc. This is just my how I'm trying to say it, since it for those who may not like be assigned, like may not identify with it or may not be able to super understand with the words AFAB in the explanation. But young girls, they tend to be taught to be they tend to be taught to follow rules and be they're very taught very strictly. Um, like I know when I was a kid, um, I prob I was raised a little. I wasn't raised nowhere near as like strict as other other girls were. When I was little, because my parents were a lot more like free, didn't really care as long as we weren't doing something stupid, we weren't doing something inappropriate, anything like that. As long as we were being good kids in general, we weren't going to get in trouble super really. But with girls, it tends to be more of a thing of, yeah, you're raised to eventually do a lot more like prim and proper things in society. Like boys, they're never taught to cook.
Boys are also
They're
told boys will be boys.
yes.
Meanwhile, if a girl
It,
acts the way a boy does in public, she gets like
yes.
berated. And it's like, no, you
Yeah.
can't be running around. You're
Yeah.
not in public.
Yeah. You can't be doing that in public. And then like a boy does it and it's, oh, he's just being a boy. Boys will be boys. It's a society is very much geared towards ensuring that girls are masking at a much younger age. And then even later in life, AFAB people will end up learning, oh, that's not, wait, huh? I've been masking. And then after, and it's just a whole cycle of, yeah, you never know. Like, it's a whole cycle of, yeah, you were masking. And if don't learn that you were neurodivergent before you had kids, you unintentionally taught your kids to mask, most likely. And they
But
are going
yeah,
through the same process.
but as you were saying, like, I don't like there are problems with self-diagnosing, yes, but there are also not problems. It depends on like the way it's being done. Because if someone's like, "Wow, yeah, I have a lot of the symptoms of this. Um, I think I might be this." They go to a doctor. The doctor won't hear them out because that's sad, but
Even
it happens. It does
or
happen.
even you don't have the resources to, like, because when I was a teenager, I was like, before I officially got diagnosed, I was like, hey, can I go and get tested for this? Can I go talk, like, and all of that? Because I had been diagnosed with anxiety. And at the same time, I had noticed like a lot of like me, like the likelihood of me having ADHD was really high. And the doctor had flat out said, yeah, no, we're not going to test you for ADHD right now because we're going to see if if anxiety is your issue.
Yeah, actually, I just had a family member who only just got diagnosed with ADHD. They are in their 40s.
Mm-hmm.
But they would go to the doctors, and the doctors would always go, "No, it's anxiety. It's
Yeah.
just anxiety." It was not anxiety. This family member does not have anxiety at all, actually. They
Yeah.
have ADHD, and it went overlooked because, as this family member is a female, the symptoms were slightly different.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Like I know that one I know that like one thing that could probably be misdiagnosed is it's not an official thing that happens, but a lot of neurodivergent and specifically ADHD folks tend to refer to rejection sensitivity. And it's not even just we're sensitive to rejection, we're sensitive to the perception of rejection. It's not because like let's say like for example, and like this is a little bit of a tangent that I'll end as soon as this is done, because we should be ending soon, but also off of topic. For example, let's say I send you a message and it's like, hey, do you want to hang out at the do you want to hang out? And you don't respond to me for several hours. And it's a thing of, let's say like we're close friends, you respond to me every day. This is like the scenario we're in.
Yeah,
We're really
because
good friends.
you said that. I'm like, I don't know. That sounds a lot like me. I'm gonna be honest.
No. Yeah, like this is
And
more
I
of,
don't
I know,
respond.
yeah, I know you're not a person who responds currently, so it's different for
If I
for
did
like,
respond,
yeah, if
like,
you
quickly.
let's say like I message you and you're a quick responder, and I go like, hey, do you want to hang out later? And I get no response for the rest of the day. And it could just be that your phone was dead, that you were busy, you couldn't respond. But my brain will start like, as somebody with ADHD who does have sensitivity to rejection, the reaction might be, this is not a guarantee that their reaction will be this, and it is not your responsibility to take care of this. It is solely the person who has ADHD to take care of it and manage it, because you don't have to manage anything if it's not your stuff. Just putting that out there. But I, like, for example, I would just sit there and I'd be like, do they hate me? They hate me. They're not messaging me back because they hate me. And it's because I perceived this rejection that was never actually there. Like maybe if you had seen the message, you would have been like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll go hang out with you. But even though there was no actual rejection, I was like, I don't know if this person wants to be my friend anymore. And it's a spiral. And I've actually had experiences like that in real life. And I didn't realize it was ADHD until after I got diagnosed.
Yeah, so you see, I'm not a person who self-diagnoses. I just get peer diagnosed.
Yes, we have both diagnosed you.
You're
Peer
not even the
diagnosing
first one.
peer diagnosing is also, I feel like, a valid way of diagnosing, because people who have it are more likely to notice if someone else does.
I actually got peer diagnosed by a sports coach in middle school who goes, yeah, you know, I was a lot like you before I got put on my anxiety meds. And I went, I don't have anxiety. It's like, you should get that, you should get medicated. It's I
God.
still am not diagnosed with anxiety because I just don't I don't have health insurance, guys. I can't go to the
Yeah.
doctor.
And
Sorry.
that's another thing. Not everybody has access to like all that stuff. And yes, this has been a little bit of a tangent because I really only have seen like the whole you can't self-diagnose after people are being like, yeah, I think I might have this, after seeing TikTok videos upon TikTok videos, and then doing their own research, and then people being like online like, no, self-diagnosing is invalid. And it's a thing of a lot more of hatred has been born, at least it feels like has been born from social medias. And it's not even because it is the fact that it was born, it's because it's able to reach so many more people. And that's not a good thing, but it's also a thing that you kind of have to deal with, unfortunately. Yeah.
Hey, I think that's about it for this episode. We're at the hour
Yeah.
and almost 5 minute mark. So, time for information about next episode. Ace, to take it away if you were paying attention.
Yes. So this week we are actually not spinning the wheel. Shocker. That's a thing that we haven't done yet
Wow.
for this. Next week is we're recording for Halloween. And we're going to be posting it either the day of Halloween or the day after. We're not exactly sure.
Depends on how everything works out. Hopefully on Halloween, but if it doesn't happen, it'll be up the next day. So,
Yes.
it's okay. It's always spooky season.
But, so, with that being said, we are posting a spooky episode. We're not exactly sure what it is yet, and
We have not decided yet, but it will be spooky.
we have not discussed it. It will be a spooky thing, and we will be talking about it probably right after we finish here.
Yeah. There might be some spooky surprises. Who knows?
Not exactly sure.
Who knows?
But next week we're going to be doing a spooky topic because it's Halloween, and we will have our Halloween costumes on. Courtesy of Tori. And then we'll be getting back to our normal spinning of the wheel every single week, as per usual. I've been Ace.
I've been Tori. I never say I've been. And that was Augusto. He's dead.
That was Augusto. He's dead.
We lost him.
He might have fallen asleep, honestly.
I did hear a thud. I heard the clanging of something earlier.
Oh, that was me. That was me doing.
No, Augusto lit up when it happened.
Oh no, Augusto.
Buddy might be asleep at the computer right now.
This poor head. Anyway, well, with that being said, we've all enjoyed this episode. We love rambling. I'm a rambler. I'm a yapper. Anyways,
we're all yappers
I hope you guys
here.
We're all yappers. Why do you think we started a podcast? If we weren't yappers, we wouldn't be here.
That would be a really fucking awkward podcast if we weren't.
Yeah, like, guys, I don't know what to talk about. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good rest of your days, night, whatever time of day it is. I hope you have a good rest of it. And goodbye. Don't get lost in the grove. I was right about that.
As Augusto would say, do get lost in the grove. I gotta be him right now because he's not here. He's dead.
Yeah, go leave. Go. Don't get lost. Or do whatever you want. Goodbye.
Goodbye. We gotta go resuscitate Augusto real quick.
Yeah, we gotta make sure he's ready for next week.
Yep. All right. Get out. Bye.